Did you know that after the age of 60, your bones begin to lose strength at a much faster rate? This silent process, known as osteoporosis, affects millions of people worldwide and is often called the silent thief of aging. What makes it so dangerous is that you don't feel your bones getting weaker. There are no warning signs, no pain, and no visible clues, until one day, a simple stumble or even a minor twist leads to a fracture. For seniors, bone health is not just about avoiding breaks. It's about independence, freedom, and quality of life. Imagine not being able to go for your daily walk, garden, or play with your grandchildren simply because your bones can no longer support you safely. A single fracture, especially a hip fracture, can take months to heal and sometimes results in permanent loss of mobility. In fact, research shows that hip fractures in seniors often mark the turning point from active living to dependency. That's why protecting your bones after 60 is not just a medical issue, it's a life issue. Why bone loss accelerates after 60? Bone is living tissue. Throughout our lives, old bone is broken down and replaced by new bone in a continuous process called remodeling. But after age 30, we start to lose more bone than we can rebuild. By 60, this imbalance becomes more dramatic. Here's why. Hormonal shifts. Hormones play a big role in maintaining bone density. For women, the decline in estrogen after menopause is one of the biggest reasons bones become fragile. Estrogen helps slow down bone breakdown, and when it drops, bone loss speeds up rapidly. Men are not spared either. Their testosterone levels gradually fall, and since testosterone also supports bone formation, men too experience weakening bones as they age. Nutrient absorption declines. As we get older, the digestive system becomes less efficient. The stomach produces less acid, making it harder to absorb calcium, a key nutrient for bone strength. Similarly, the skin becomes less capable of producing vitamin D from sunlight, a vitamin that helps the body use calcium effectively. Muscle loss, sarcopenia. Age-related muscle loss reduces the protective support around bones. Strong muscles help cushion falls and stabilize movements. Weak muscles mean bones take more of the impact during slips or bumps. Lifestyle factors. Years of poor dietary habits, smoking, excessive alcohol use, or lack of physical activity all add up. Even those who lived healthy in their youth may face challenges if they neglect bone health later on. The result: bones that become thinner, weaker, and more likely to break under stress. The role of calcium and vitamin D. When it comes to bone health, calcium and vitamin D are the ultimate duo. Calcium is the main mineral stored in bones. About 99% of the body's calcium is locked inside your skeleton and teeth, giving them structure and hardness. Without enough calcium, bones become porous and fragile. Vitamin D is the gatekeeper. It helps the body absorb calcium from food and directs it to the bones where it belongs. Without sufficient vitamin D, calcium can't do its job, no matter how much milk or spinach you consume. This relationship is like building a house. Calcium is the brick, and vitamin D is the mortar that holds everything together. Without both, the foundation crumbles. Sadly, many older adults don't get enough of either. Studies show that nearly half of seniors are deficient in vitamin D, and many fall short of their daily calcium needs. This deficiency leaves bones dangerously undernourished and vulnerable. Myths that hold people back. One of the biggest barriers to bone health is misinformation. Let's clear up a few common myths. I drink milk, so my bones are fine. Milk is a good source of calcium, but it's not enough on its own, especially if you don't pair it with vitamin D. Plus, as we age, many people develop lactose intolerance and can't rely solely on dairy. Sunlight gives me all the vitamin D I need. While sunlight does trigger vitamin D production in the skin, the process becomes less efficient with age. A 20-year-old can make much more vitamin D in 15 minutes of sun than a 70-year-old can in an entire hour. Geography, clothing, and sunscreen also reduce exposure. Bone weakness is just part of aging. This is one of the most dangerous myths. While some bone loss is natural, severe osteoporosis is not inevitable. With proper nutrition, exercise, and lifestyle changes, you can preserve. Calcium has been called the cornerstone of bone health, and for good reason. Nearly every cell in your body depends on calcium for basic functions, but about 99% of it is stored in your bones and teeth, giving them structure and strength. Without enough calcium, bones weaken, become porous, and fracture more easily. After 60, calcium becomes even more important, but also harder to get. Aging bodies absorb less calcium from food, and if your diet falls short, your body will pull calcium out of your bones to keep the heart and nerves working. That's right, your body will literally rob your bones to survive. This makes getting enough calcium daily not just a recommendation, but a necessity. How calcium works in the body. Calcium is often associated only with bones, but its role goes far beyond that. Bone strength and structure. Calcium combines with other minerals like phosphorus to form hydroxyapatite, the crystal structure that makes bones hard and resilient. Nerve signaling. Every thought, reflex, and movement requires calcium to transmit signals between brain and body. Muscle contraction. From blinking your eyes to walking across the room, calcium enables muscle fibers to contract and relax. Blood clotting. Calcium plays a role in healing wounds by helping blood to clot. When there isn't enough calcium in your diet, your body takes it from your bones to maintain these vital functions. Over time, this constant withdrawal leads to thinner, weaker bones. How much calcium do you need after 60? The recommended daily intake depends on age and sex. Men over 60, about 1,000 to 1,200 mg/day. Women over 60, about 1,200 milligrams per day, higher due to postmenopausal bone loss. To put that into perspective, 1 cup of milk provides about 300 milligrams. That means seniors need roughly 3 to 4 servings of calcium-rich foods daily to meet the goal. Unfortunately, surveys show that most older adults fall short by 300 to 500 milligrams every day. Best calcium-rich foods. You might think of milk first when you hear calcium, but the good news is that there are many options beyond dairy. Here's a breakdown. Glass of milk dairy sources. Milk, 1 cup equals 300 mg. Yogurt, 1 cup plain, low fat equals 250, 300 mg. Cheese, 1 ounce of cheddar equals 200 mg. Dairy is one of the most concentrated sources, but not everyone tolerates it well due to lactose intolerance. Herb non-dairy sources. Leafy greens, kale, collard greens, and bok choy are calcium-rich, though spinach is less effective because it contains oxalates that block absorption. Fortified foods. Many cereals, juices, and plant-based milks, soy, almond, oat, are fortified with calcium, sometimes even more than dairy. Beans and lentils. Chickpeas, white beans, and lentils contain modest amounts. Nuts and seeds, almonds, sesame seeds, and chia seeds are excellent additions. Fish with bones. Canned sardines and salmon are calcium powerhouses thanks to their edible bones. Green salad sneaky sources. Even everyday foods like broccoli, oranges, and figs contribute smaller but meaningful amounts of calcium. When eaten consistently, they add up. Calcium absorption. What you need to know. It's not just about how much calcium you eat. It's about how much your body absorbs. Several factors influence calcium absorption. Vitamin D. Without it, calcium passes right through your system. We'll dive deep into this in Part 3. Age. Younger bodies absorb about 60% of calcium from food. After 60, absorption can drop to as low as 20 to 30%. Oxalates and phytates, found in foods like spinach, beet greens, and some beans, these compounds bind calcium and make it harder to absorb. Caffeine and alcohol, both can increase calcium loss through urine. Protein intake. A moderate amount of protein supports calcium absorption, but extremely high protein diets may cause some calcium loss. That's why balance is key. A diet with calcium-rich foods, paired with vitamin D and other supportive nutrients, ensures your bones actually benefit. Daily strategies to boost calcium intake. It's one thing to know where calcium comes from, It's another to make it part of daily life. Here are practical tips. Start your day with calcium. Add fortified plant milk to oatmeal or sprinkle chia seeds on yogurt. Snack smart. Keep a handful of almonds or figs handy instead of processed snacks. Think beyond dairy. Incorporate sardines. You may have heard that calcium is essential for strong bones. But here's the truth. Without enough vitamin D, much of that calcium goes to waste. Think of vitamin D as the key that unlocks the door to bone strength. You can eat calcium-rich foods all day long, but unless vitamin D is there to guide it into your bones, your body can't use it properly. This is why vitamin D is often called the sunshine vitamin. It doesn't just support bone health. It acts as the bridge between nutrition and absorption. And for people over 60, it's one of the most critical nutrients to focus on. Why vitamin D is so important. Vitamin D does far more than help absorb calcium. Its roles include calcium absorption. It increases calcium uptake from the gut, ensuring your bones actually benefit from what you eat. Bone remodeling. It regulates the balance between bone breakdown and rebuilding, keeping bones dense and resilient. Muscle strength. Adequate vitamin D improves muscle performance, reducing the risk of falls and fractures. Immune function. It helps protect against infections, a bonus for seniors whose immune systems may weaken with age. Without enough vitamin D, bones soften and weaken, a condition known as osteomalacia in adults. Pair that with calcium deficiency, and the risk of osteoporosis skyrockets. The special challenge for seniors. While vitamin D deficiency can affect anyone, seniors face unique risks. Reduced skin production. As we age, the skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight. A 70-year-old produces 4 times less vitamin D than a 20-year-old with the same sun exposure. Limited sun exposure. Seniors often spend less time outdoors, whether due to mobility issues, medical conditions, or lifestyle. Clothing and sunscreen also block UV rays needed for vitamin D production. Weaker kidneys. The kidneys help convert vitamin D into its active form. Aging kidneys may not perform this process as effectively. Dietary gaps. Few foods naturally contain vitamin D, and seniors with reduced appetite or dietary restrictions may not get enough from meals alone. The result. Studies show that 50 to 60% of older adults are deficient in vitamin D, even in sunny climates. How much vitamin D do you need? Experts recommend adults over 60, at least 800 to 1,000 IU, international units, per day. Some may need more depending on health conditions, sun exposure, and absorption ability. To put this in perspective, a glass of fortified milk contains about 100 IU. That means you'd need 8 to 10 glasses daily to hit the minimum target, a challenge for most seniors. This is why combining diet, sun exposure, and supplements is often the best approach. Best food sources of vitamin D. Unlike calcium, which is abundant in many foods, vitamin D is harder to find naturally. Here are the top sources. Fish. Fatty fish. Salmon, wild-caught especially. 3 ounces can provide 400 to 600 IU. Mackerel, tuna, and sardines, excellent sources with added omega-3 benefits. Cooking animal sources. Egg yolks. 1 large egg contains about 40 IU. Liver. Beef liver provides small amounts. Glass of milk. Fortified foods. Since vitamin D is scarce in nature, many everyday foods are fortified with it. Milk and plant-based alternatives, soy, almond, oat. Orange juice. Breakfast cereals. Mushrooms. Some mushrooms exposed to UV light contain vitamin D, making them one of the only plant-based natural sources. The role of sunlight. Sunlight remains the most natural way to get vitamin D. Just 10 to 20 minutes of midday sun on the arms and face a few times a week can be enough for many people. But here's the catch. Age factor. Seniors make less vitamin D from the same exposure. Geography. In northern regions, winter sunlight isn't strong enough to trigger production. Skin tone. Darker skin requires more sun exposure to make the same amount of vitamin D. Safety. Sunscreen protects against skin cancer, but also reduces vitamin D synthesis. For seniors, relying on sunlight alone often isn't realistic, especially if mobility, weather, or health concerns limit outdoor time. Vitamin D supplements, a practical solution. Given the challenges, many older adults benefit from supplements. Here's what to know. Forms: vitamin D2, ergocalciferol, plant-based, and vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, usually animal-based. D3 is generally more effective at raising and maintaining vitamin D levels. Dosage: most seniors do well with 800 to 1000 IU daily, but some may need up to 2000 IU depending on deficiency levels. Higher doses should only be taken under medical supervision. Safety: excess vitamin D can cause toxicity, leading to kidney damage or high calcium levels in the blood. Always discuss dosage with a healthcare provider. Vitamin D and falls, the hidden connection. Beyond bones, vitamin D strengthens muscles and improves coordination. Research shows that seniors who maintain healthy vitamin D levels have fewer falls, one of the leading causes of fractures in old age. In fact, one study found that vitamin D supplementation reduced fall risk by up to 20% in older adults. That means more confidence walking, climbing stairs, and living independently. Practical tips for seniors. Combine food and supplements. Aim to get what you can from fish, eggs, and fortified foods, then top up with supplements if needed. Pair with calcium. Take vitamin D with calcium-rich meals for maximum absorption. Stay consistent. Vitamin D works best when maintained daily, not just once in a while. Get tested. A simple blood test can reveal if you're deficient and guide safe supplementation. The bigger picture. Vitamin D is more than just a nutrient. It's a protector of bones, muscles, and independence. Without it, even the best calcium-rich diet falls short. With it, your bones stay stronger, your risk of falls decreases, and your chances of staying active after 60 rise significantly. Think of it this way. By now, you know calcium is the brick and vitamin D is the key that helps place those bricks into your bones. But here's the exciting part. When you combine them in the right way, you don't just maintain bone health, you supercharge it. Food pairings, smart meal planning, and supporting nutrients all work together like a symphony, strengthening your skeleton and helping you stay active after 60. Let's dive into how you can make these nutrients work hand in hand, plus the extra players that complete the picture of strong, resilient bones. Why pairing nutrients matters. Eating calcium-rich foods alone is not enough. Without vitamin D, your body may absorb only a fraction of the calcium. On the other hand, vitamin D without calcium is like unlocking a door but finding no bricks inside. The real magic happens when both show up at the same time. Pairing matters because calcium absorption improves with vitamin D present. Meal balance ensures consistency. Instead of one big dose, spreading nutrients across meals keeps bones nourished throughout the day. Supporting nutrients act as helpers. Magnesium, vitamin K, and protein all play roles in making sure calcium and vitamin D can do their jobs. Delicious food pairings for bone health. Here are some tasty, practical combinations seniors can enjoy daily. Grilled salmon with steamed broccoli. Why it works. Salmon is rich in vitamin D, while broccoli provides calcium. Together, they make a bone-friendly dinner that's both hearty and heart-healthy. Spinach omelet with cheese. Why it works. Eggs provide vitamin D in their yolks, while cheese offers calcium. Pairing greens with dairy gives you a double nutrient punch. Fortified cereal with almond milk. Why it works. Many cereals and plant-based milks are fortified with both calcium and vitamin D, making breakfast a convenient way to start the day strong. Sardines on whole grain toast. Why it works. Sardines bring calcium from their edible bones and vitamin D, while whole grains add magnesium, another bone helper. Yogurt parfait with chia seeds and berries. Why it works. Yogurt adds calcium. Fortified yogurt may also contain vitamin D. Chia seeds provide calcium and magnesium, and berries add antioxidants that protect bone tissue. These meals prove that bone health doesn't have to be boring. With a little planning, your daily menu can be delicious and protective at the same time, supporting nutrients that complete the team. Puzzle piece magnesium. Magnesium is like the stagehand behind the scenes, quietly making sure everything runs smoothly. It helps activate vitamin D, enabling calcium absorption. Without magnesium, the calcium-vitamin D duo struggles. Sources: nuts, seeds, whole grains, dark chocolate, leafy greens. Puzzle piece vitamin K. Vitamin K directs calcium into bones instead of arteries, where it can cause problems. It works like a traffic controller, making sure calcium goes to the right place. Sources: leafy greens, kale, collards, Brussels sprouts, fermented foods. Puzzle piece protein. Protein provides the scaffolding for bones, giving them flexibility and resilience. Seniors often eat too little protein, but it's crucial for bone and muscle strength. Sources: lean meats, fish, beans, eggs, dairy, soy products. Puzzle piece potassium. Potassium reduces calcium loss in urine and helps maintain a healthy acid-base balance in the body. Sources: bananas, sweet potatoes, beans, avocados. Together, these nutrients turn bone health into a team effort, not a solo performance. Meal planning for stronger bones. Here's a sample day of eating designed for bone strength. Breakfast: fortified oatmeal made with almond milk, topped with chia seeds and sliced bananas. Snack: yogurt with a handful of almonds. Lunch: sardine salad with leafy greens, avocado, and olive oil dressing. Snack: carrot sticks with hummus. Dinner: grilled salmon, steamed broccoli, and quinoa. Dessert: a small square of dark chocolate, magnesium boost. This menu includes multiple calcium sources, vitamin D from both food and fortification, and plenty of helper nutrients. Most importantly, it's varied, flavorful, and practical for everyday life. Cooking tips for seniors. Cook in batches. Prepare soups or casseroles with beans, leafy greens, and fish to store for later. Blend it up. Smoothies with fortified milk, yogurt, and fruits are easy to chew and digest. Use spices wisely. Herbs like turmeric and ginger add anti-inflammatory benefits, easing joint pain alongside bone health. Keep it simple. Choose easy recipes that don't require hours in the kitchen, making consistency easier. Beyond the plate, lifestyle pairings. Food is vital, but lifestyle habits can make the nutrients work even better. Exercise plus calcium, weight-bearing exercises, walking, dancing, light resistance training, stimulate bones to absorb calcium. Sunlight plus vitamin D. A short daily walk outdoors provides movement, fresh air, and a vitamin D boost. Hydration plus nutrient balance. Drinking enough water helps kidneys and digestion, which are essential for processing nutrients. Think of it as pairing nutrients with habits, a powerful way to double their effectiveness. Common mistakes to avoid. Even with the right foods, some habits can undo your progress. Relying on supplements. Stronger bones aren't just about avoiding fractures. They're about preserving freedom, independence, and joy in life. After all, what good is living longer if you can't move without pain, walk with confidence, or enjoy the activities you love? The truth is, bones don't work in isolation. They rely on your muscles, your balance, your diet, and even your mindset. If the earlier parts of this series focused on what to eat, this final part shows you how to live. Because building strong bones after 60 requires more than just calcium and vitamin D. It requires a complete lifestyle approach. The role of exercise in bone health. If food is the foundation, exercise is the architect that strengthens and reshapes your bones. When you move your body, you put stress on your bones. This stress signals your body to build denser, stronger bone tissue. Best exercises for seniors. Weight-bearing activities. Walking, dancing, hiking, or stair climbing all put healthy stress on bones. Strength training, light weights, resistance bands, or bodyweight exercises like squats and wall push-ups help build both muscle and bone. Balance and flexibility. Yoga and Tai Chi improve posture and stability, reducing the risk of falls. Low-impact cardio. Swimming and cycling keep your heart strong and joints flexible, though they don't strengthen bones as much as weight-bearing exercises. Aim for at least 30 minutes of movement most days of the week. Remember, it's not about intensity, it's about consistency. Fall prevention, protecting your independence. Strong bones are only useful if they're protected from injury. Falls are the #1 cause of fractures in seniors. The good news is that many falls can be prevented with small adjustments. Home safety tips. Clear walkways, remove clutter, rugs, and cords that create tripping hazards. Add support. Install grab bars in bathrooms and railings on stairs. Improve lighting. Well-lit hallways and night lights reduce the chance of stumbling in the dark. Use non-slip mats, especially in kitchens and bathrooms. Lifestyle adjustments. Wear proper footwear, supportive, non-slip shoes reduce imbalance. Check your vision and hearing. Poor sight or hearing increases fall risk. Review medications. Some prescriptions can cause dizziness or drowsiness. Preventing a fall is often the simplest and most powerful way to protect your bones. Hydration, the overlooked bone protector. Many seniors don't drink enough water, leading to dehydration that affects bone health indirectly. Without enough fluids, joints stiffen, making movement harder. Kidneys struggle to regulate calcium and vitamin D balance. Muscles cramp, increasing fall risk. Aim for 6 to 8 cups of fluids daily, from water, herbal teas, soups, or fruits with high water content like cucumbers and melons. Hydration keeps the whole musculoskeletal system functioning smoothly. The mind-body connection. Stress and mental health play surprising roles in bone strength. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, which can accelerate bone loss. Loneliness and depression can also lead to inactivity and poor eating habits. Simple practices. Mindfulness and meditation reduce stress and improve mental resilience. Social connections. Join walking groups, dance classes, or community centers. Interaction keeps you active and motivated. Hobbies that move the body, gardening, light sports, or even playing with grandchildren blend joy with physical activity. Your mindset is as important as your meal plan. A positive, active approach to life helps keep both body and bones strong. A daily checklist for stronger bones. Here's a simple routine seniors can follow. Eat calcium-rich foods. Include at least 3 to 4 servings daily: milk, fortified cereals, greens, beans, nuts. Get vitamin D through sunlight, fatty fish, fortified foods, or supplements if needed. Move every day, 30 minutes of walking, strength, or balance training. Stay hydrated, 6 to 8 cups of fluids. Check your home. Make small safety improvements to reduce fall risks. Sleep well. Aim for 7 to 8 hours. Bone repair happens during rest. Stay connected. Socialize, laugh, and keep your mind engaged. This checklist doesn't require perfection. The goal is consistency, small daily habits that build strength over time. The bigger picture. Strong bones after 60 aren't just about